That bell echoed throughout Atlanta today. It rang 80 times, one for each year of civil rights icon John Lewis's remarkable life. Good evening, I'm Phil Orban. Lewis said he wanted to be remembered as someone who just wanted to help out, and that was clear in his lifetime of service to his causes. He planned the March on Washington in 1963. 2 years later, he was beaten by state troopers on Bloody Sunday in Selma, Alabama. He served the Atlanta area in Congress for 34 years until his death. He always urged people to choose love over hate.
It doesn't matter whether we're black or white, Latino, Asian American or Native American. It doesn't matter whether we are straight or gay. We're one people, we're one family. We all live in the same house.
Lewis was 80 years old. There's a petition to put his name on the bridge he marched across in Selma 55 years ago. It's now named for a Confederate general and KKK leader. The petition has more than 400,000 signatures. Today, millions of Americans have the rights they do in part because of John Lewis. And in the 60s, his fight for justice brought him to our area. Our Deshaun Brown joins us live in Rock Hill. Now, Deshaun, a local civil rights leader, has a personal connection to Lewis.
Phil, he does. And I also want to explain why we're standing on this spot here on East Main Street in Rock Hill. Now, right now, on one side of me, there is a church. On the other side, there is a bank today. But back in 1961, there used to be a bus station here. And for John Lewis, it was one of the brutal stops along his freedom rides.
It was never about him. It was about everybody else but him.
David Williamson and John Lewis had this thing in common. Both sacrificed themselves during the civil rights movement fighting for racial equality, or what Lewis coined, good trouble.
I really didn't realize what that was until I left here and I went to New Jersey and I applied for jobs and I put down I had been to jail and they asked me what it was about.
Williamson, with his own place in history, is one of the Friendship Nine. Back in 1961, 10 college students, including Williamson, were arrested at a white-only lunch counter in Rock Hill for refusing to move. 9 of them refused bail, instead choosing to make a statement, serving 30 days in jail.
We did it for one reason only, that's to bring about change.
It's the same change Lewis fought for. That same year, the civil rights legend was one of 13 people on freedom rides, protesting the law that made segregation during interstate travel illegal. From D.C., they made it safely through Virginia and North Carolina, then reached Rock Hill.
Tom Gaither was a part of our Friendship Nine, and he set up this freedom ride thing, and he told them that to get to Rock Hill, he was going to have trouble.
Lewis, then only 21 years old, was brutally beaten.
It was amazing, you know. I don't know how the guy lived as long as he did because of the brutal beatings he'd taken over the years. You know, you getting beat all in the head, you know. He's lucky that he was able to even speak.
When John Lewis spoke, he spoke with power. Williamson finally met him decades later, face to face on Lewis's book tour.
He gave me a hug and said, "Thank you, brother, for the fight." And I'm thanking him, you know, because like I looked up to them because of what they had been through and the things he had done. Some people would think you owe him something. He said, you ain't owe me anything.
And Phil, almost 50 years later, the sitting mayor apologized to John Lewis for how he was treated here in Rock Hill. Eventually, Lewis also sat down with one of his attackers who also apologized. Phil?
Just a remarkable legacy with an impact felt here in our area. Deshaun, thank you. Charlotte Congresswoman Alma Adams shared this message on Twitter this afternoon. America has lost its greatest living hero. Everything John Lewis did was in the service of justice. It was an honor to make good trouble with John in the House, and I will miss my friend. President Trump also tweeted about Lewis today, quote, "Saddened to hear the news of civil rights hero John Lewis passing. Melania and I send our prayers to he and his family." Today, flags at the White House and all federal buildings were lowered to honor Lewis. This afternoon, Governor Roy Cooper ordered flags in North Carolina to fly at half-staff through tomorrow evening.